Okay, so the other day I made a video touching on uh, defeat foes, defeat foe challenges, how to set up for it prior, and how to set up for it when it starts. Well, I covered it mostly the vanquishing skills on how to build your stamina, and then I covered vanquish skills on switching over for damage. I touched a little bit on the gear, but now I want to kind of go into gear a little bit more. I'll show you my gear for building stamina. So when you're setting up, when you're 15 hours out and you're setting up for your infernal event, this is what you're going to want to do, because I cannot stress enough the importance of getting gold in all these warlord infernal events. Like, if you get enough participation with almost full participation from an alliance, each person can get about 500 hours of speed ups per event. And then you have the double event that comes along too. That's how you grow, is by doing these warlord events. And so I get it, most people can't spend, most people don't spend, but this is the way that you do that without spending. Now, to get this gear, of course, you have to do the events, so it does take some time. But once you get your gear, this is what you want to look at. You can go either full Vanquish set, which is 6 pieces of your Vanquisher set, or you can go like I did, with 3 pieces of the Vanquisher and 2 pieces of the Headsman. And now I have these boots, and these boots give stamina, or champion stamina regen per minute +3. So just by wearing these boots, you regen 3 more stamina per minute, so you can build your stamina faster. The Vanquisher set, remember we talked about the Vanquisher set, I covered on it for a second, but 3 pieces adds 1,000 extra stamina. Now if you go full Vanquisher set, which is 6 pieces, you get 1,500 stamina. But the Headsman set was easier to get, so I got 2 of those first. See, now if you notice, 2 pieces of the Headsman set gives you 1,500, or 500, which gives you a total of 1,500, which is what the full Vanquisher set gives you. Now you look for these things and you look for what you need. Go to your Demonic Forge, go to Events and Set Forge, click on Sets. First one that pops up is your Vanquisher set. This is all 6 pieces of your Vanquisher set. Now everything that you need to build these, you'll get from your Vanquisher chest from doing infernal events. And I think the Infernal Armies usually has it, the Infernal Foes has it, sometimes the Infernal Gain Power has it, sometimes the Infernal Train Units has it. Also, get your daily chest. You do your 2 times, because these items also come in your daily chest, and I think it's called your superior daily chest. You get these items in each one of those. You do that, you can get 2 of each one a day. That helps out tremendously. So it takes time to get these, but once you do, you will regen enough stamina to get gold in every warlord event without having to buy any stamina pots, because gold is based on your keep level. So you need to start working on these pieces now. When you want to set up for your Vanquish set, when you want to set up for your damage, when you want to go to damage, so say your 15 hours is up and the event is now starting, this is what you want to look at. This is one of the main pieces right here, these gloves. See right here at the top, these transmuting vambraces. I touched on that for a second in the other video, but this right here is why I want to show you what's so important. Vanquish chain attack bonus. That means when you hit your chain attack, you're getting extra damage. You get extra damage from it. These come from the Dwarf Expedition. This is important. You have to do the Dwarf Foe events to get the materials to make these gloves. These gloves will improve your damage tremendously. This right here is the #1 piece, in my opinion, if you're going with a broken set. And if you're not going with the complete Vanquisher set, if you're going with the broken set like I have, the top one, the Relic of the Chosen. I touched on this again in the other video, but look, again, champion vanquish damage, 65% more vanquish damage from having this. It takes time to get the pieces you need. Use your silver leaf that you get from elven events. This is something else I didn't know, but when you do your elf events, when you do your elf armies and you get that silver leaf, save it for these. You can go to the store, the elf store, whatever the heck it's called, and you can buy these things with your silver leaf. That's how I got up to epic. Was I saved my silver leaf, and then when I figured out what it was for, I had enough to get it up to almost epic. So these are your main two pieces. These are the two most important pieces. This right here, this helmet, Vanquish double rewards chance. That's probably one of the best helmets you can get because you want to try to get double rewards. But this right here is what's going to give your damage. This is what I want to show you. I want to show you how important this gear is. Now, right now my champion is set up to do right now my champion is set up is to do damage. So if okay, let's go to, okay, this is non-damage gear. This is my stamina regen gear. Now look at how much damage I can do. I can do 200,000 or 263,000 damage. When I switch gear to my damage gear, I can do 359,000, 100,000 more damage. Now, once you're getting up to the once I'm sitting on like 6,000 stamina and I'm ready to go do more damage, I mean, you're talking about 1 million or 2 damage difference from swapping out your gear. At 100,000, at 1,000 stamina, 100,000 damage, you're not going to see much of a change. But when you go from millions, when you're at millions, you're going to see a huge change. So that's what's so important about the gear. Building up this gear is the most important thing that you guys can start doing, because this is going to help your warlord events. This is the number one focus over anything, is to get these vanquished pieces, get these headsman pieces, and start equipping them on your champion so you can build that max stamina. If I redid all of my, see right now I have a max stamina that I can build of 2,530. If I swap that out, see how it drops? Because I'll lose all that vanquish gear stamina. So now if I went back, 2,500 stamina. Now if I change my vanquish skills, see right now I'm set up for damage. Vanquish damage, full. Vanquish damage, full. Flurry of attacks, I only needed 9. Gloat, I wanted to glow for extra rewards. But if I swapped up right now and I went down this left hand side like we talked about in the previous video to balance stamina, and I went in and equipped my Blood Bastion from my, this is my damage, this is for damage, this is for foe damage, champion vanquish damage, 4% extra. You want every little piece. So if I go in and do my Blood Bastion, we'll apply that skin, 1,500 extra champion stamina. Remember I talked about that in the other video as well. See, look, now we're up to 4,000 stamina, and I haven't even swapped over my boundless stamina. I could keep my champion on this build right here and do my daily events without having to swap I could do a level 8 foe about 3 of them a day with this setup, right? Just with this setup right here. So it's so important. Start working on your vanquish gear. As you're working on your vanquish gear, work on your damage gear. That's another important thing. Screenshot these, write it down, do what you have to do, go back to your forge, write down what you need to work on, but start working on this. This is the most important thing for your warlord, for progression.